Hi, welcome to Story Time with Gigi. Today we're going to be reading another Fancy Nancy 5-minute stories from this collection. Our story today is called My Family History. Family history is one of my favorite things. Do you know about your ancestors? They are people in your family who lived long ago. You say it like this, ancestors. Isn't that a great fancy word? We are writing ancestor reports in class. Bree is writing about her great-grandfather. He is 90. He was a war hero. He saved a whole bunch of soldiers from dying. He even earned 2 medals. Bree is going to bring the medals to class. Robert's great-grandmother is 100. She came to America on a steamship when she was a little girl. While she was on board, she got the chicken pox. She had to be quarantined. You say it like this, quarantined. That means she had to be put in a separate cabin so that other people wouldn't get sick. You are both lucky, I tell my friends. You know your ancestors. All of mine are deceased. That's fancy for dead. That night, my grandpa calls. He is coming to visit soon. His parents are my great-grandparents. So I ask, were they famous? Did they have adventures? Grandpa laughs and says, no, they were nice, ordinary people. Ordinary? That's like plain. I wish I had fancy ancestors. I wish my ancestors were kings and queens or maybe movie stars. Later that night, Grandpa sends a photo of my great-grandfather. Grandpa's email says, my dad was a kind and honest man. He only lost his temper once. I broke my mother's favorite teapot and blamed my little sister. My dad wasn't upset about my mother's teapot. He was upset that I lied to him. Your dad sounds like a very lovely person, I reply. Reply is fancy for answer. I'm going to write my school report about him. Do you see the picture? I gather all kinds of facts from Grandpa. My ancestor had 5 children. He was a guard for a bank in New Jersey. He liked to go on vacation and fish. He wore glasses and liked to golf. He lived to be 74. The next day I illustrate the cover. Illustrate is fancy for making a picture. Then I start writing my report. It begins, my great-grandpa was a bank guard. That doesn't sound exciting. In fact, it sounds dull. So there's all the things that she knows about her grandpa. So I add something extra. Once he stopped a bunch of bank robbers. They were notorious. That means famous in a bad way. Criminals. So the mayor gave him a special medal and a banquet. A banquet is a fancy dinner honoring someone. Yes, that sounds very exciting. Next, I write, my great-grandpa loved to fish. Then I add some more exciting stuff. One time, while he was in Fiji, he caught a giant shark. The next day, Clara and Yoko both read their reports. Clara tells about her great-grandma who lives in Mexico. Yoko tells about her great-grandfather. He is a chef. She brings in a bumpy vegetable that he grew in his garden. I do not mean to brag, but my report is way, way, way more interesting. Uh-oh, I think her making up stories to make it sound interesting is going to be a problem. After school, I tell my parents, on Friday, I get to read my ancestor report. My dad says, great, Grandpa's coming on Thursday. He can go to school with you. He is so proud that your ancestor report is about his dad. Uh-oh. I forgot about Grandpa coming. All of a sudden, my tummy feels funny. I don't think he's allowed to come, I say. My mom looks at me. Of course he can come. Don't you want him to? I don't know what to say, so I run upstairs to my room. When Mom comes upstairs, I show her my report. I wanted it to be interesting, I say, so I exaggerated a little bit. Exaggerate is a fancy word for stretching the truth. Honey, Mom says, you didn't just exaggerate a little bit. You made stuff up. That's lying. Lying? I remember the story about the broken teapot. My ancestor would not like that I made stuff up about him. My grandpa would not like it either. By the time Grandpa comes, I've written a new report. This time I stick to the plain truth. I write that he had 5 kids. I write that he was a bank guard. I also write about my grandpa breaking the teapot. It is an ordinary story, but I really like it. On Friday, Grandpa comes to school. He has brought his dad's top hat. It's a real one, not like the one from the magic set I got for my birthday last year. My great-grandpa loved to get dressed up, I tell everyone. I must get being fancy from him. And that's our story. I hope you liked it. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye until next time.